Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside an AI's brain? Well, there's this huge upgrade happening right now, kind of like a hidden switch that's promising to make AI faster, smarter, and way safer. But, and this is a big but, what if that exact same switch could be used to argue that your data, the very stuff that builds these AIs, is basically worthless?
Okay, let's get right into this, because this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. Nope, this is a real debate happening at the intersection of tech and law right now. Today, we're going to break down a concept called circuit sparsity and explore how it could completely flip the script on the fight for our data rights. Alright, so to really get what's going on, we first have to peek inside the mind of most AI models today. Just imagine their brain is this giant control panel, right? It's got thousands of lights, and they're all connected by this massive, tangled, chaotic mess of wires.
As it stands, most of the big AI models are what we call dense. Think of it like this. Every single light bulb is wired to every single other light bulb. It's incredibly powerful, for sure, but it's also a total mess. It makes it pretty much impossible to figure out which specific wires are actually doing the important work. The future, though, is all about sparse circuits. In a sparse model, for any given task, the AI only lights up a small, neat, super efficient pathway of wires, leaving all the rest dark.
So here's the bottom line. Circuit sparsity is all about efficiency. It's the AI finding a shortcut, right? It's using only the most essential connections to get a job done, whether that's figuring out if there's a cat in a picture or writing a piece of code.
And listen, this isn't just some theory. While today's models are built dense, the race to find and activate these sparse circuits is one of the absolute hottest areas in AI research. This is the key to whatever comes next in artificial intelligence. And for us, the people who actually use this stuff, this is where it gets really exciting. The shift to sparsity promises a much better, safer, and way more transparent AI experience for everybody.
I mean, think about it. Because these sparse models use way less energy, AI services are going to get faster and cheaper. Because we can isolate specific circuits, we can actually make the model safer by just switching off the harmful or biased parts. And maybe, most importantly, for the first time ever, we can actually get explainable decisions.
This is kind of the holy grail of trusting AI. You know how right now it's just a black box that spits out an answer? Well, a sparse AI could actually show its work. It could tell you why it made a certain call, building this much-needed bridge of transparency between us and the machine.
So far, this all sounds perfect, right? A more efficient, safer, and more honest AI. It sounds like a win-win-win. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, here's the twist. This very same technology, this beautiful clarity and specificity, could be turned into a weapon in the fight over data ownership and who gets paid for it.
And here's the heart of the problem. With today's dense AI, your data is just one tiny ingredient in this giant blended soup. Your individual contribution is pretty vague and almost impossible to trace. But with a sparse AI, they can pinpoint your contribution with surgical precision. Now that sounds good, doesn't it? But it actually creates a massive legal loophole.
Let's just call it the sparsity loophole. It's this potential corporate strategy where a company can use the precision of these sparse circuits to argue that your specific data was actually essential for a specific result, and because of that, they don't have to credit you or pay you for it.
What this does is create a whole new hierarchy for data. A company could argue that only this tiny fraction of data was essential for making a valuable circuit, while the vast majority of our contributions, your pictures, my writing, were just contextual filler, and therefore financially worthless.
So, this sets the stage for a completely new kind of fight. How can you, as a user, prove your data had value when the whole system is being designed to say that it didn't?
Okay, so one strategy that's been proposed is to create this undeniable, time-stamped proof of your work. It basically works like this. First, you save your unique contribution. Then, you use a tool to create a unique digital fingerprint for it. Think of it like a one-of-a-kind serial number that can't be faked. Finally, you publish that fingerprint on a public, unchangeable record, something like a blockchain. This creates an unbreakable link proving you created that data at that exact time.
But here comes the countermove, and it is devastatingly simple. The company can just say, yep, we see your proof. We logged your data for safety reasons, just like our terms of service say we can, but we never actually used it for training the model.
And just like that, the opt-out of training setting, the very thing you thought was protecting you, becomes the tool they use to deny your contribution. They freely admit they saw your data, but claim it never even entered the pipeline that creates value. It's a masterful and kinda terrifying legal checkmate. So,
If this technical proof can be sidestepped so easily, what's left? What can you do? Well, the fight has to evolve. It needs to move beyond the tech and into the courtroom.
The ultimate way to fight back isn't about proving your data was in the machine anymore. It's about proving that any use of your data, for any reason, adds value to that machine.
The real battle is right here. It's about legally challenging the very definition of training. It's about arguing that data used to make an AI safer or more reliable is still contributing to its commercial value and success. The endgame is to force a legal precedent that says, if your data contributes to the final value of the product, you have to be recognized for it, period.
Ultimately, circuit sparsity forces us all to ask a really fundamental question. Is the value of a piece of data only in the final specific thing it helps create? Or is there an inherent value in every single piece of that massive digital scaffolding that allows an AI to learn in the first place? The answer to that question is going to define our digital world for decades to come.